Hello everybody, my name is Ash. Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. We are going to talk to a vicar about a few things, especially concerning about a book that we got last episode.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Oh, doesn't matter how clean it is, even the sinners are allowed to come to church, even though it's a weird looking church.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No.
Okay, I'm not standing around listening to conversations. Okay, this is the vicar. He's one of the companions that we can get in the game.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Parvati wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut the power off to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
I need to be high intelligence, but I'm only good. And there's no way to boost your special stats, base stats in this game. Even with respecs, respecs will only refund your perks and your basic stuff, your skill points. So, what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Well, that's what Reed wanted us to do. Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
I've been outside. I'm not impressed. I can handle myself better than a vicar.
The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
Now, last episode we actually popped into a cave and already got the book. So we don't have to go and get it and come back. We can actually hand it in right now. A handsome sum, you say? Tell me more.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
You mean this book? Here you go.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
You're overreacting a bit, don't you think?
Overreacting? Do you have any idea how many years I spent in... No. You couldn't possibly know, could you? I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Why did you think the book held secrets you were looking for?
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
What's a philosophist?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
I think a searching for a banned book sets a bad example, doesn't it?
The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Bakonu journal. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Could be beneficial arrangement. You could ride out of town. I wouldn't mind a ship hand.
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
That's all part of your vicar training?
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my penitentiary term. Left many an opponent bleeding in the prison yard.
Are you even a vicar? Because you aren't sounding very vicarly. Vicarly? Right now.
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
Alright, sounds good. Let's go.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Ooh, nice. We leveled up as well. So, like, even though we technically got him as a companion, we don't actually have access to him until until we finish this area. So we can't like stomp this area with like 2 companions. It's kind of the okay. So get that up to 20. Nice. And I think go with our guns. There we are. That'll do it. Apply them. Perks. Base armor rating. Just for the hell of it. make ourselves a bit beefier.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Holcomb, got my eye on you, girl. Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
What incident?
Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Got some questions for you.
Go right ahead.
What's your take on this place?
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
You can't be serious. No one in their right mind would want to live here.
If loving the place I work makes me crazy, then haul me off for mandatory re-education. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
Alright, let's see what you're selling.
Music to my ears.
So obviously we can buy a load of shit, which I don't really care for. Discounts. Could sell stuff for now. I don't know what my carry weight. Oh, my carry weight is 75 out of 1. So we sell all junk. Not too asked about the melee weapons, so they can go. Except for that one. Can use just the one melee weapon. There you go. That'll do us. So we did get a side quests. Obviously the ones that are highlighted in a yellow thing are like main quests. Whereas the ones that aren't are side quests.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
I don't know. It might be. What's it to you? Stealing things isn't going to be an issue for me if I can.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Hand over all your bits.
Please don't kill me. I still gotta pay my gravesite fees. Wait a second. I heard marauders don't talk much. You can talk just fine. Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's going on? What's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
Why not?
She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy, and
Possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
Depends on what you need.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work, that's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Not so fast. I've got some questions.
I'll do what I can.
Why can't you just buy medicine yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
Come on now, Abernathy. You don't look a day over 90.
Tell myself the same thing every morning. You seen those young workers at the cannery? What with their unbent spines and pristine knee joints? I can't compete with that.
I assume they're guards?
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
You never mentioned marauders.
It is a reality of life in the Vale. Grass is brown, sky is gray. Marauders are outside the walls.
I've heard enough.
So you'll do it then?
I'll think about it.
If you want to mingle, go try the cantina.
It's taking an awful risk trusting me, you know.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
I meant to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Alright, I'll leave you be. Alright.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Okay, here we go. You got him.
I don't like being creeped up on like that.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying he's a psychosomatic? You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Abernathy's paying me for my trouble. Can you match his offer?
I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better.
Alright, I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
Okay, that's that. Let's go to Conrad Sadik.
I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
I don't care. Pay up.
With what? My own blood? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
I ain't got medical rights.
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
I don't have time for this. Right. Could go back. Could get the IOU and go back to Silas, but let's cut corners. Examine. Conrad, receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset, and somebody has to pay his body price. It's going to ruin us. So I think I'm going to pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed from his family or something. Ugh. You're possessing his body, right? You're processing his body, right? Okay, so basically this guy has this Eugene fella has fake teeth. The fuck? Oh. This Eugene fella has like gold teeth that we can use to pay off the gravesite fees. So now that we know about that, we can talk to Conrad about it.
What can I do for you?
You sound like you've had some training. I know a thing or two about medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Only if we use the term loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon. And if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite fees?
You know about Eugene? How?
I found your note from Phyllis.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
You sure about this?
I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Alright, goodbye. Alright, with that. Okay, so with that, we can go over to... Oh! That beeping sound is me rendering out Lord of the Rings 1 and off.
Almost lost a finger in it.
Go watch that playthrough if you can.
Keep our voices down.
I mean, you can. You should be able to. Don't plan on releasing this until after New California's finished publishing, but, hey.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
Okay, and because she's a companion, it's not stealing. We can just take all of her shit. And she is... Oh, we have to lockpick. Oh, wait, no, it costs 3 to use. Oh, we still get XP. Woo. So, yeah, we use all this shit. Loot all of her stuff and sell it on. While she's watching.
If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something.
I think I'll pass, but thanks for the offer. Alright.
My dad's... It's an office. Just my office. Nice.
Okay, terminal. Open last search. First entry. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Just seeing if there's anything we could hack there.
Oh, you like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here. If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
I don't, honestly.
I don't like coming out here. People on the street stare.
Do they? I mean, physically, this town isn't too bad. Like, I wouldn't mind living in a place like this, but obviously the whole corporation stuff is bad. Okay. Anyway, let's go into the Sultana Cannery. Get our next person.
What do you think you're doing?
Whatever I want.
Just keep your fingers to your own self, okay?
Shit, I didn't even know they were watching me. That's not good.
For me.
Oh shit, there is a person in here. What the fuck? I didn't even see them. Okay, there isn't really a hidden, like, a way to tell you're hidden or not, especially with non hostile people. Whatever. I managed to get like a few hundred bits out of it, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. Is anything over here? If we pick up the power regulator, we actually die. If I remember. Oh no, we don't die. We actually take damage, but we don't die instantly. We just don't want to shut down that. That would be bad. Then again, I've never actually shut down this. I've never actually shut down this this power plant before. I don't think. Maybe I did it in an idiot playthrough. I can't remember. Spiral hat, hide. Okay, fucking go. Steal the kick me sign. few bits and bobs out here that we can steal. This game wasn't so fucking anal with its bloody... What the hell is the invisible wall doing here for? This is embarrassing. Whatever. Oh my god, that's a lot of shit. Light assault rifle. Transfer. Take all. Okay, there we go. Do that for like the multiple items, I guess. Okay. So this Phyllis character is up here. Right there. Plasma rifle. Ooh, very good. Messages. Thompson. Personal file. Hack 5. Continue. Good stuff. That's what we want. Just a very minor amount of XP. Phyllis Granger.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Gravesite fees. I miscollect.
Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
The papers aren't signed for in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
You have to pay your neighbour's gravesite fees.
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said the guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
Well, you said you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
What are they going to do? Arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Would have? You didn't?
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Alright, let you get back to work. Alright, and before we leave, I get this Guide of Engineering Volume 2. All these other goodies. Zero G Brew.
Easy.
Okay, that'll do us. That'll do us. And that'd be it. Oh. Okay, nobody saw that. Good. Alright, and that leaves us with one more person to talk to. Ludwig Miller.
I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month.
What?
I love
What?
the wind here.
Oh wait, since it's outside. I'll do me just good. Hey, buddy, don't mind us.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Silas sent me. You owe him a gravesite fees.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
What are you babbling on about?
The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
I don't... What are you talking about?
Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
If your resistance needs another gun, I'm for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans mostly, some Spacer's chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Proper armies pay enlistment fees.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Alright, if I'm going after this mechanical scout, I could use a couple of pointers.
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Oh gee, thanks. I'll let you be. And there we go. Got all the graves fees, which means we can go talk to Silas and get a nice bunch of XP and hopefully a bit of money. Hopefully. Actually, we're close to leveling up as well, which will be really nice. Not much combat to be had in this episode, but whatever. Whatever.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pafai.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Hey, about those fees you wanted.
You run into any trouble?
I'm all done. Paperwork, fees, signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Hey, I went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping for something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Alright, that's all for now. And with that, we'll call it an episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.